When I went to medical school many years ago at this point now, we were never taught anything about heavy metals and the role heavy metals may place in health and wellness. And over the years, as I got involved in integrative and functional medicine, I began to see that so many of our patients have higher levels than desirable of different metals. We're talking lead, mercury, cadmium, nickel, arsenic, and various others. And so we see that the population, unfortunately, is loaded with these kinds of metals. And these substances are what we call enzyme inhibitors. They actually inhibit and block normal, healthy physiology of the body. And as a result of that, patients may experience all types of symptoms. It's not just one or two things, but they may experience headaches, they may experience ADHD, perhaps even muscle and aches and pains and joint problems. Many experience different autoimmune diseases, even people with autoimmune thyroiditis. I evaluate them for heavy metal problems, metal excesses or toxicity. Certainly those with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia symptoms, we've seen many of those people have high levels of metals. People with depression, anxiety, sleeplessness, it's a great masquerader. And we find that when we evaluate our patients for metals, we often see higher than desirable levels that, once again, can inhibit normal body healthy processes. Now, one of the biggest, I think, mistakes in traditional medicine is how do they assess heavy metals? And they typically just do a blood test. Honestly, that's insufficient, and that's going to miss the majority of the cases of high metals. Why? Because when we're exposed to metals, especially what we call low-grade chronic exposure, those metals get absorbed into our body pretty quickly, and they get taken up and stored in the bones. They're not found circulating in the serum anymore, unless you're exposed to very high levels on an ongoing basis. But if it's low-grade chronic exposure, which is the majority of us in American society, we get exposed to our air, our water, our food. These metals are in all these substances sometimes. If we just check blood, the majority of the blood tests are going to be normal or negative completely. So it's very important that you assess it properly. And what we're doing here is something called a heavy metal challenge, which is a special urine test. We've been doing this for over 35 years, and we've seen so many people with high levels of metals. And once you reduce the body burden of these metals and you increase the detox pathways within those patients too, so detoxification is very, very important, we find that our patients feel so much better. We've seen blood pressures improve. We've seen autoimmune diseases start to subside. Blood sugar and diabetes begins to decline some. The fatigue and fibromyalgia that some people complain of reduces. People feel more vibrant, energetic. Their mind improves. Their brain fog clears. It's something that I think should be incorporated into most practices, especially integrative functional medicine, and we've seen some tremendous results with helping to remove heavy metals from the body. It's a very comprehensive, customized approach that I think should be incorporated into any good therapeutic modality.